And welcome to the Sports by Schmucks podcast, back again here, hosted on YouTube. I'm with Sean McDermott. Sean, say hi to the people.
Hello, good folks.
I said people, not good folks. Anyways, this is going to be a short one here. We're aiming for 15 minutes. We're going to see if we might go over a little bit. Anyways.
Still going to be better than an hour.
Yeah, no one wants to sit through an hour again. Not even I wanted to sit through an hour again, and I want to go through and edit it. Anyways. So let's start off right away, jump into our first topic. We're going to go golf, which we haven't really touched on either in a podcast or on the website before. That's sportsbyschmucks.blogspot.ca. Little cheap hop there. Anyways, Tiger Woods just finished off last weekend, another win at the Bridgestone Invitational, heading into this weekend's PGA Championship. So with his win, what does that mean to you, him taking that tournament, Sean?
Well, I want to say it's Tiger's back because that's what, fifth tournament this year. Hasn't won the major, which is usually the big marking for Tiger Woods, is all the big wins in Masters, the British Open. But it shows that he's got his game back. It might not be at major winning category right now, but I have a feeling. I don't think he'll win the PGA Championship this week. Next year, I see him winning winning the major. Probably I see him winning the British Open.
British Open?
British Open.
Why the British Open?
I don't know. I just like Britain.
You just like Britain?
No, he'll probably win the U.S.
Is that what you said, though?
Yeah. He'll probably win the U.S. just because the U.S. Open's usually traditionally on a big hitters course. And how many bigger hitters are there in Tiger Woods?
Well, it's going to be at Pinehurst, the 2014 Open.
Which is a long course.
Yeah, I'm just going to see some form. Anyways, so that's where he's going to have to win the U.S. Open. And I don't know. I'm not sold on him winning another Open, another Masters. Or, sorry, another major is what I was trying to say.
Like ever the rest of his career?
Ever.
Like forever?
Forever.
Wow.
Like we're going forever from the Sandlot there. I don't know. I don't see it. He's, at least this year, he hasn't been the same when it comes to Saturday and Sundays at the majors. He's doing very well Friday, Saturday, but he just hasn't had that.
He just kind of draws off the radar. And
he hasn't had that same killer instinct where it was if you were paired with Tiger in the final pairing and he was even up a stroke,
that strikes fear into the heart of
you were done. You knew you had a shot. Like he hasn't won a major coming from behind.
That's true.
So
unless he gets out the lead within day 2 or 3.
So some of that fear factor is gone now. So
I think it's pretty much completely gone.
Yeah.
There's so many fantastic golfers, Bubba Watson, even good old lefty himself.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson.
And that's another thing. There haven't been many people who have won the previous week and then gone on to win the major following it. Like Phil did it this year with the Scottish and then the Open this year.
Yeah.
But before that, not many people have done it before.
That's true.
Very, very small list. So, I don't like Tiger's chances. Even started off, he's already 6 strokes back after today's play, which is Thursday. We're recording this on Thursday. So he's already 6 strokes back.
So is that +1?
He's +1, yes. Because I believe it's Adam Scott and Jim Furyk in the tied for first at -5 right now.
Jim Furyk, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I just don't see Tiger A winning the PGA Championship or B winning another major.
He's too good not to.
But you even said it yourself. There's too many good golfers now for him to just.
That's true. Just you could
pencil in Tiger for a major win. There's still so many golfers who haven't won a major yet that have just been on the brink and just haven't been able to do it.
That's true. I still think he's the best golfer in the world. As I said, I think he wins the U.S. Open next year. I'll even put a soda pop on that.
Soda pop on it?
Well, I don't want to, put an adult beverage out there.
Oh, okay.
Don't want people getting the wrong impression.
The old wobbly pop.
Yeah. Grandpa's medicine.
So we were talking about it before, and you said if he doesn't win another major, what's his legacy? So what do you think his legacy is?
I still put him as the greatest golfer of all time. He's the person who pretty much grew the sport from still being one of the major sports but like on that fringe, like even more fringe than what it like usually was, to not being the NHL, the NBA, MLB, but right there with like NASCAR, and that's about it.
But
As like this, and like college sports is that second tier level of major sports.
But how does that make him the best golfer? That makes him the best business for the golf.
Well,
It doesn't make him the best
influence
golfer.
until all the injuries and him cheating with porn stars. The man was on pace to beat Jack Nicklaus's record. If he gets back to that pace after winning another major, I think he can get back on there. Just get back on the horse and keep going. But I personally think he's the greatest golfer of all time. But I also never watched Jack Nicklaus.
Well, I didn't watch Jack Nicklaus either, but he won 18 majors. He's got the record. And if we judge players based on their major records, which Tiger himself has said that he only judges a season successful if he wins a major.
Yeah, majors, yeah.
And how can he be the most? Then by his own words, how can he be the best golfer of all time? Because he's not then.
That's true. But sometimes championships aren't the measuring stick. Personally, to me, aren't the measuring stick. You can still be the greatest of all time without winning. Who would you rather take? This is going to go a little off top from golf. Would you rather take Dan Marino? Or would you rather take Terry Bradshaw as your quarterback? Bradshaw winning a ton of championships, Dan Marino with nothing.
If you put Marino on those Steelers teams, though, he wins those Super Bowls too.
True. I think you put any quarterback on there, you win the Super Bowl. But still, championships aren't always the greatest measuring stick. It helps. Look at Jim Kelly, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Sorry, I know it's probably gonna hurt you. Never won that big game. Still one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
He won four championships. Or AFC championships.
Yeah. Division championships don't count, Brett.
I said AFC. He won the conference. There's a difference.
Sorry, conference. My mistake.
He'd have won a lot of pennants if it was baseball, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Anyways, so that's with Tiger. We're gonna move on now. Not really a smooth transition here from Tiger Woods, who has a lot of money, to the New Jersey Devils, who apparently don't have a lot of money. Actually, that was better than I thought.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth. Yeah. I like that.
So it came out recently that the NHL is looking into purchasing the new, or taking control, I should say, of the New Jersey Devils.
This is just another black eye for hockey.
Yes, it is.
The last thing they need right after fixing the Phoenix Coyotes, which is barely even fixing, it's just keeping them alive for 5 more years.
Well, I was listening to a show that we both listen to, the Tim and Sid show here on Sportsnet Fan 590. Throw it out there.
Even though we're not on the Fan 590 or
no, but we'll throw it out there because give credit where credit's due. But they were saying that the people they were talking to, I forget who the guest was, saying that you have to, if you want to be considered a national league, you have to get that Phoenix market because it's in the top 25 of markets in North America. You need a foothold in there. You can't really, or they thought you couldn't really consider yourself a national organization.
I don't know if I agree with that because there's other big marketplaces in the States that just don't support. Like, hockey is hockey. That's not a desert sport.
No, it's not a desert sport.
If you're talking about basketball, yes. Football, yes. Major League Soccer, yes. Hockey with ice, not so much. The last thing, okay, if you're in LA, I could see a team being there. You know what? Nice weather. You got a lot of people with a lot of money rolling around there. You can do it. Phoenix also has a lot of money, but you're in the middle of the stinking desert. That's my belief personally. It hasn't worked out there yet. They should have just killed that experiment a long time ago. Not even moved to Hamilton or anything like that. Move it anywhere north of a place that has a lot of sand around it.
So where would you? So I don't know.
The rumor mill, of course.
Yes.
Was saying Seattle. Seattle, probably Quebec City. Most likely Seattle, since they want to keep it an American market.
Yes.
I'm completely fine with that. Seattle has nothing out there other than the Mariners and a Major League Soccer team. I couldn't tell you the name of the team off the top of my head.
Sounders, and they love them over there.
Well, mind blown the fact you knew off the top of your head.
I believe it's. I'm pretty sure it's the Sounders.
That sounds right.
Anyways, yeah, no,
But
I see what you're saying.
other than that, they don't have any other things. So as soon as they have the Seahawks as well, but that's one Sunday every thing for the winter.
But see, I kind of see Seattle as something like for the NHL, like it is in the NBA. It's like if you don't shape up, we'll move your team to Seattle because they have that area ready for it. So I don't know. It's a bad thing for the NHL, especially after preaching everything about like keeping salaries and stuff. So they've got to work it out. They just need to find some solid owners. Maybe you can convince Prokhorov or something to.
Yeah, and they also need a new arena there because what they have is
they just got a new arena.
In New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, Prudential Center.
Center.
I'm thinking New York for a second.
Yeah. You're thinking of
I'm thinking the Islanders.
Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah, that place is a pile of junk waiting to happen.
Yes. So as more details come up, we'll talk about it more. Probably mention it in the NHL preview that I plan on writing for the upcoming season.
And we'll probably do a podcast of something like what we did for football.
Probably, yeah. So now what we'll go on to is something completely that we haven't talked about. Well, we've written some stuff about it, but we're bringing out the sports part of the sports entertainment, and we've got Summerslam coming up in about 10 days. 10 days about next Sunday. It's August 18th. So let's quickly get into that. The card right now, the rundown. You got Cena versus Bryan for the championship for the championship. The Best versus the Beast with Lesnar versus Punk, and then you got Alberto Del Rio and Christian for the world title,
heavyweight. Yep.
And then Kane and Bray Wyatt in a Ring of Fire match, which you could assume is going to be an Inferno match, but you never know.
With the PG, WWE, you never know nowadays.
And then Rhodes and Sandow for nothing right now, but I personally,
I think it's gonna be a Money in the Bank.
I hope it's gonna be for the Money in the Bank contract. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
The way they're building it right now, it kind of has to be.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Rhodes tricking him in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
To putting it up, and then probably beating him, saying, "Oh, I'm smarter than you for he can get you to put it up and make him look dumb."
But see, I could see Sandow winning that match. Like Rhodes is getting the nice push now because he got the huge
ovation. He's coming to that face now. Yeah.
But I could see I think Sandow's gonna. I think Rhodes will win, but it'll be like win by DQ or something.
Yeah.
So Sandow. So Sandow still outsmarts him, but he keeps his contract.
I also see if that does happen, if Sandow does win, because it'll probably be like a mid-card match. He'll probably win early on.
Yeah.
I see him actually cashing it in on whoever wins between the Del Rio and Christian, because both of them think Del Rio might go off on something like another little trip of him going evil after absolutely beating the snot out of
his personal announcer.
Yeah. So I think that might send him even to the even more evil end, especially if he wins, and then Sandow comes out and just pins him and wins the championship from him. I don't see Christian winning that match at all. I don't know why they've pushed him without really a major real push. He hasn't been really anybody big. He's just still beating mid-carders.
But at least he's winning.
That's true, but you need to win over a big guy before you make a guy get pushed.
Well, he did get a win. He got the win over Orton, and he got the win over RVD. They actually get the title shot.
That's true. I don't know. I think there hasn't been that much of enough build-up.
So last thing, Cena versus Bryan for the title.
Oh, and Punk first.
No, we're running out of time.
Not sure.
Cena versus Bryan for the title. Who you got, and why?
I have Randy Orton by RKO.
Okay, so who does Orton cash in on?
Daniel Bryan, making it the second shortest term of Bryan's career as champion.
No, Bryan had a lengthy run.
I know, but after the match at WrestleMania,
that's what
I'm saying. He's going to have it for 30 seconds, get RKO'd out of nowhere, and bam. I see Bryan winning that match, getting RKO'd, getting pinned, and then Bryan absolutely losing his poop. And then he's going to be even more over with the fans than he even was.
Yeah.
If that's even more possible.
That's a very smart pick. I don't know. I kind of see it going the same way. But to be honest with you, I could also see something like Orton coming in, RKOing both of them, getting DQ'd. They both get DQ'd, and then he just covers Cena. That way you keep Cena and you keep Bryan strong. Orton comes in and he still looks strong because he takes out both people.
And then you can really feud him with both Cena
and you can keep Cena involved in this feud.
And then you could set up a triple threat match for the next pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Which, yeah, that's another way to go.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll RKO both of them. Cena might beat like Bryan or get him on the outside or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Orton just comes out of nowhere, RKOs, gets the title, and just gets out of there.
Yeah.
Being the Viper.
No.
That'd be perfect. Viper strike, get out and run.
Okay. So that's the main section of this episode. We're gonna go leave you guys right now with our what did I say it was? High fives and face palms?
Yes.
Which is gonna be essentially our good and bad of the period before we recorded this. So I'll start with you if you want to give your high five out right now if you have one.
Yeah.
I have 2 face palms, so.
You're a negative Nancy, sir.
Well.
Well, my high five is to the players of the MLB and their handling of the steroid situation. Coming out and just pretty much declaring any person that's been caught for PEDs kind of to be the scum of the earth. With that being said, if they get caught for steroids down the road, that's going to look absolutely terrible. But I like the way they're handling right now, getting rid of A-Rod for pretty much ending his career. Telling Ryan Braun, like, you done goofed. And just the perception of the players that they want to clean up the sport and make it clean. So all the records are back to be pure, you don't need an asterisk. And, yeah. And my face palm for the week, or for at least this podcast, is Johnny Manziel and the terrible publicity he's been getting lately, and the fact that he might be suspended for this year for taking money for signing autographs at a publicity thing. I personally believe that college players should be getting paid for what they're doing, because really, especially college football, is just the minor leagues at this point. It's might as well be AAA for football or any sport. Players should not be punished for just barely getting by in college. I know they have scholarships, but they still need the work. They still need money, which they aren't getting because they have to train all day, go to class, and then play these games. Where do you have time to make money in that? So I believe NCAA should start at least paying them a little bit of money just so they can live off it. But yeah, that's just me. So What are your double face palms of the week?
Before we get to that, when Manziel comes out in 2 years,
he'll come out this year. He's eligible this year.
Because he was redshirted, wasn't he?
Yeah, he can come out this year.
Well, if he's suspended, I don't see him coming out this year. So when he comes out, depending on the year, is he because if he comes out this year, he won't be number one because Clowney will be number one.
Even this year, he won't be.
No, what I'm saying, this year he won't be because Clowney will be number one.
No, even like quarterbacks, there's still a quarterback I'd take over him.
Okay. So let's say 2 years down the road after this year's draft.
I couldn't predict that one.
Would you still take him high, top 5?
Top 5? No.
No?
Top 15? Top 15.
Top 15? Okay. So my 2 face palms. The first is going to it hits close to home. The Buffalo Bills quarterback Kevin Cobb, who was probably going to be in strong contention with EJ Manuel to be the number 1 pick until he slipped on a mat and hurt his knee. I mean, come on.
How really? Buffalo Billy ended up him.
Exactly. You could be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and that's how you get hurt. Pay attention to your surroundings. Walk carefully. That's all I got to say for that. Second facepalm goes to, which you told me about before this, goes to Kingston Frontenac's GM, Doug Gilmore. I love you, Dougie, but you can't trade your son. It looks bad. I mean, if you trade your son away, like, what does that make your son look like? He looks like, oh, I can't even coach my own son. And to make matters worse, you traded your son and a pick, and a 12th round pick, I believe it was, for a 12th round pick in the same draft. You essentially gave your son for nothing. That's not being a good father. Expect something bad on Father's Day.
Or it could be a good father. and just didn't want his coach's kid because maybe like they thought preferential treatment.
No, it was
Never
bad.
know.
It was bad. That ends the podcast on my final word there.
On a
Thank you
very
guys-
angry note.
Thank you guys for listening. You can follow us on Twitter. The link's going to be in the description of the video. Hit the subscribe button and the like button to get more content from us. Hopefully, I'll be getting the second episode of Xavier Banks up sometime soon. I'm playing wise. I'm into season 3 already. I just have to start editing the videos. So yeah, subscribe, like to get more content. Visit our blog, sportsbyschmucks.blogspot.ca. Again, the link's in the description. Thank you for listening. That's from me and from Sean, and have a great day.